They laughed at the farmer's daughter as she stepped onto the shooting range. The cold morning air was sharp against her skin, the scent of pine and damp earth hanging in the breeze. She was quiet, a small figure in faded jeans and a worn jacket, clutching the rifle as if it were a fragile promise. Whispers floated around her. "What's a girl doing here? She doesn't belong in this world. Watch, she'll never hit the target." The sneers were subtle but biting. Can you imagine how that felt? Standing there with all eyes doubting you, your heart pounding louder than the chatter. Her name was Emily. She grew up on a humble farm on the outskirts of town, where kindness was as common as the sunrise but opportunities were scarce. Her father, a man with hands roughened by years of hard labor, had taught her everything he could. How to respect the land, how to stay steady when the wind blew fierce, how to be patient. But the shooting range was a different kind of challenge. It was a world ruled by skepticism and competition, where Emily was an outsider in every sense. As she raised the rifle for her first shot, a hush fell over the crowd. The sun glinted off the metal, the air thick with anticipation. The distant clink of targets waiting to be struck mixed with the soft rustle of leaves. Emily's breath was slow, deliberate. Then came the crack, a sharp, precise sound that echoed. Across the field, the bullet hit dead center. The crowd froze. Shock rippled through the watchers like a sudden chill. Her second shot was just as clean, and by the third, the whispers of doubt turned into murmurs of amazement. But it wasn't just Emily's skill that was unfolding. It was her courage to stand tall despite the sneers, her refusal to let the cold judgment of strangers freeze her spirit. She was showing them, without a word, that kindness and quiet strength can break through walls built on prejudice. But the real surprise was yet to come. Halfway through the contest, a young boy from the city stumbled onto the range, his eyes wide and uncertain. He was new, lost among the sharp words and confident faces. Emily noticed him immediately. After her turn, she walked over with a gentle smile and handed him a pair of gloves she'd been carrying. "Here," she said softly. "It's cold out here. You'll need these." It was a small gesture, but it lit something in the boy's eyes, a spark of hope and belonging. The boy, whose name was Michael, had always felt out of place, doubted and dismissed because of where he came from. But Emily's kindness gave him a moment of warmth in that chilly morning, and soon others began to follow her lead. The rough laughter softened, replaced by smiles and supportive nods. The crowd became a community, united not by skill or status, but by the simple act of kindness shared quietly on the sidelines. Later, as the sun dipped low, Emily stood at the edge of the range, her heart full. Her father approached, pride shining in his tired eyes. "You didn't just hit those targets today," he said, voice thick with emotion. "You hit right through their doubts and fears. You showed them what kindness looks like, steady, strong, and never backing down." The day ended with applause not just for Emily's shots, but for the change she inspired. And as you watch this story, think about the small kindnesses in your own life. How often do they break barriers? How often do they spark hope where there was none? If Emily's courage touched you, hit like, share your own story of kindness in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more stories that remind us all that hope and kindness can change the world, one small act at a time. And before you go, imagine this. What if the next story is about a stranger whose single act of kindness turns a whole town around? Stay tuned, because kindness never stops surprising us.